Hey guys, and welcome back to the Family Fudge. I'm Jennifer, and tomorrow my family and I are headed out on a big summer road trip. I'm talking 16 hours in the car with 4 kids that are 7 and under, so definitely a lot of planning goes into play. So today I'm sharing my 5 essential tips for a successful family road trip, so stay tuned.
The Family Fudge, the Family Fudge, they are mostly sweet but full of nuts.
The first thing that I always do is prep the car. It's so important that your car is ready for that long journey. Now I want to thank Pennzoil for partnering with me on today's video because the number one thing that I always do before we leave is to prep the car, which includes an oil change. Now generally my husband can do this himself, but it's so easy to just take your car to the Walmart Auto Care Center and have them do it for you. This is so easy and convenient, and I really love that as they're changing my oil, I can be shopping for the road trip essentials that we need, things like food and snacks. Now when it comes to prepping the car after the oil change, my husband will also check all of the other fluids and I will vacuum out the car because I really like to start out my road trips with a pretty clean car. I know it's going to get messy, but it just feels better if we start out with not having crumbs and sticky messes all over the place. So oil change, check the fluids, and then give it a vacuum and maybe wash the outside. My second road trip essential is to pack a lot of snacks, but here's my tip, you guys. I actually disperse the snacks throughout the car. That way I don't have to be in charge of feeding everybody all the time. Let me show you what I mean. I like to keep one small ice chest near the front so my husband and I can easily grab snacks and drinks from where we're sitting. Then I also keep a larger ice chest in the back of my car to hold things that we're gonna need once we arrive at our destination. Things like extra drinks, lunch meat, breakfast items I will keep in there. And here's an idea that my kids love. I will make each of them an individual snack bin, and I will put all kinds of snacks in there. Each child has their own. That way they can help themselves to their own snacks whenever they need. And they know that once their snacks are gone, that's all they're going to get. That way, they're not constantly asking me for food. They can help themselves. My third tip is to pack plenty of activities, and not just for the kids, but for the adults as well. Now, I'm planning on making a separate video where I show exactly what snacks I'm packing and what activities I'm going to bring. But generally, I like to bring one backpack per child, and they're only allowed to bring what fits in the backpack. So we don't have activities and toys all over the car, just enough to get us through our road trip. I like to bring a fun mixture of learning toys, hands-on projects, books, and educational DVDs. Now for the adults in the car, one of the things that my husband and I love to do before a road trip is to load up our phone with either audiobooks or podcasts. So while the kids are in the back listening to their music or their movies, my husband and I can listen to a podcast or an audiobook together. It's actually really nice. Essential number 4 is to stock up on your emergency essentials. Things like first aid kits, extra water, extra clothes, blankets, things like that. You never want to leave on a road trip without these things because you just never know what might happen. So let me show you my emergency kit. I have things like Band-Aids, sunscreen, medicine. I also like to keep a roadside assistance emergency kit as well. It has things like jumper cables, anything that you might need for a roadside emergency. Definitely don't forget those. Essential number 5 is to check the weather before you go, like the day before you go, because weather changes all the time. And we actually had a really scary experience a couple years ago with the weather. It was the middle of the summer, we weren't expecting any storms, so my husband and I set out without checking the weather. And we came upon a blizzard, like a blizzard, you guys. It was super scary and dangerous. We had no idea, we were not prepared. And had we looked at the weather before we left, we could have changed our plan. So definitely check the weather reports right before you go. And if you see anything that looks dangerous or something that might happen, change your plans because it's not worth the risk. Okay guys, there you have it, my top 5 road trip essentials. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy family road trips or if you dread them. And again, thank you to Pennzoil for sponsoring this video. If you want more information about the Walmart oil change, the link will be in the description box below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.